It's Madden NFL 24, and this one features Trevor Lawrence. He's coming off a nice week throwing the ball.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They'll be led out by a man who took that huge jump everyone had hoped for in year 2. One of the game's brightest young stars, and that's Trevor Lawrence.
Anytime anyone throws for over 300 yards in a game, you know their name is going to be considered for Offensive Player of the Week. And in the AFC last week, our guy got it.
Yeah, he was the guy on top of his game. He'll try to duplicate that here in this one. Now a late signee let go by Minnesota in June. It's Dalvin Cook. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The numbers a week ago for Cook. 12 carries, 101 yards, and a score.
I think he's exactly where he wants to be coming into a game, partner, because he has to still be riding the momentum from last week when he broke the century mark in rushing and had one of his best individual efforts of the season. I would expect that there's more from him on the way after that type of a game, and I know his teammates and coaches, they feel exactly the same way.
You look at this Colt defense. They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make because they know that going against a team of this magnitude.
And that's caught inside the 30. A big third down play there for the Jags. 51 yards.
And normally when you think about huge field flipping plays like this, it's that shifty slot receiver, that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field. Where's the oxygen mask? He's going to need it after that one. A big.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Colts will take over here at their own 12-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched him on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
Loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Running again with Barkley on second down. They're going to drop him behind the line yet again, and things going from bad to worse. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. They'll set up the screen to Barkley, and he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession. Here's Jamie Gillen now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 43. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. They'll try the middle with Cook. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the visiting Jaguars who won that ball game, so they'll look to make it a clean sweep here at home in Jacksonville. From the 46, here's the 2nd and 8. Here's Cook again.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here is 3rd and 5. Lawrence. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman.
Yeah, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. Starting drive number 2 off on the right foot. Completion for the first down. Drive 1 that had to be pretty frustrating because they moved the football. They just didn't get any points out of it.
But warm-up QB2, let's bring in the backup. I mean, my goodness, you take them downfield and you don't score points. You know I'm being totally facetious here, right? I'm just kidding. Nice first drive. Rarely do teams score on every single drive in a game, but they like what they did there. They just hope they can pay it off this time with some points. And that's how you shake off the interception you throw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5, about the 4. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
On 2nd down, it's Cook again.
And he'll take this into the end zone. A touchdown, Jacksonville.
Dalvin Cook
with career touchdown number 60.
And the Jaguars will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it, because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games, and the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Meanwhile, Fields throw here, hauled in by Cup.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's the first catch of the game for Cup, and he's got a first down.
Cup beats the D for a first that time. There really was a defense who could stop him the last 2 years. Only an ankle injury slowed him down, ending his 2022 season after 9 games. He was on an all-pro pace, and we expect to see the same again this year.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
You look at this Jaguar defense.
They're in the spot statistically that you don't want to be in against the pass. Number 32 in the league, dead last.
And when you're getting ready to face the #1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively, because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
And here's Fields.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down.
Barkley, inside handoff. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The numbers for him from a week ago: 19 carries, 76 yards.
In a perfect world, they'd run the ball the same way they did last week, but against the #1 rush defense in the league, they're going to have to find a different way to move the ball. Maybe they start throwing it early and come back to the run.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fields. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try to keep your quarterback upright. Hang up the man that time and end up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
Cook up the gut.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. The Jaguars come into this one still undefeated despite the one tie. Now, they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. And I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one. One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
On the return, it's Rodgers.
Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Indianapolis offense ready to go again.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now.
Here's Fields. And this one into the hands of Ingram downfield. Down the left sideline.
Touchdown, Indianapolis. Evan Ingram, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Colts are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Prater for the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. 1-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over.
The last series for him, a little disappointing. Forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory.
On 2nd down, here's Lawrence. And this will be caught. It's Isaiah Hodgins.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On play action, Lawrence. He's got his man downfield. That's Bateman.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
Despite writing it down in my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw.
Looking middle, and that's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
Now Lawrence. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up 4th. Now Justin Tucker's out to try the field goal from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Tucker's kick is good.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Now it's Fields. This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
And they're using him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
The Colts on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Back to throw. Fields.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Jordan Davis make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at the 33. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense 1st down and 10.
The former Minnesota Golden Gopher Rashad Bateman leading this offense back onto the field.
He's well on his way to a 1,000-yard season, maybe on pace to just tear past that, Charles. Defensively, they need to pay a little bit more attention to him.
Yeah, I think so, because remember, throwing the football, that can shred a defense quicker than anything else, because as soon as the catch is made, he still has the ability to, yards after catch, get downfield, gain even more, score touchdowns, all of that. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch as this progresses, to see how they defend him and how he changes up his game in order to try and keep getting open. That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
On 2nd down, Lawrence.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Rolling to his right.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. And the Colts coming out now. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. It's the 2nd quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going. But we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series. So those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. 2nd down, they go right back to Cook. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. 3rd and 4. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 40 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Jordan Phillips busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Cook able to escape. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Cook is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts, so that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Cook will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's 3rd and goal. Lawrence will throw. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Jaguars will extend their lead here just before halftime. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we now go down.
Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
The Colts going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Now Fields. Cooks on a quick slant.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
A first down carry for Barkley, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Stuffing him behind the line there. That's Deion Henley. Really nice play.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. They'll go to Barkley again. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
A 3rd down now, and those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Taken in at the 22. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10.
At their own 26. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Being chased out left.
And Lawrence going to smartly hit the deck here as he is able to pick up the first down in the process.
23 yards on the tuck and run.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Open man, there's Darnell Washington.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. It's another first down and what will be a gain of 21 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
I know that no game in the NFL is ever easy, but they're making it look that way. Everything is being done with such precision. Just on this drive alone, 3 plays, 3 first downs. If you're on defense, you're scrambling, looking at each other, trying to figure out how are we going to slow these guys down.
Now here's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Now a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence.
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate to get what he did on that run.
Touchdown! Chigacancro, an 18-yard touchdown grab. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Tucker now for the extra point. And that one makes this a 19-point game. That time a 6-play drive. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it 2nd down.
From the gun, here's Fields.
There again is Cooks, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
To throw is Fields.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 25-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front seven. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now a toss right to Barkley. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Fields now to throw.
Completes it to Evan Ingram. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now.
Nice job understanding the situation. 3rd and long, kept the play in front of them and made the tackle. They gave up a good chunk of yardage, but it does force a 4th down.
They snap it to Fields. Connecting with Kupp here on the out route. And he'll be brought down very close to the spot he needed. And it's going to wind up being enough. Maybe by less than a football, but a conversion nonetheless on 4th and 3.
So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down. Back now in Jacksonville. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter.
On 1st down, it's Fields.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Justin Fields
with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game.
And the Colts have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point good by Prater. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again.
Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he's got some space here.
And this will be a Jaguars 1st down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Now Lawrence.
Wide open receiver complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting us inside the 30. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. That'll be complete to Okonkwo.
And down inside the 15 he goes. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down.
They go play action with Lawrence.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to a sack back at the 16-yard line.
That's George Karlaftis, who fought his way through the line to bury him. Now Lawrence changing the play.
They'll set up a throw. Steps away to his left. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Trevor Lawrence.
A 16-yard touchdown run.
And the Jaguars are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead.
And that's a Trevor Lawrence I remember coming out of college. Never afraid to tuck the ball and go if people were covered downfield. 2 scores as a rookie, 5 last year. He knows when it's time to take off and put it in the end zone.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And that one makes this a 19-point game. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And it was capped off by Trevor Lawrence taking it in himself.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Indy set to go on offense once more. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Fields throw brought in by Bellinger.
That coach is always hard. Reading the deep. To the open man. That's good. There, and how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Now it's Fields.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
3rd and 2, Fields. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he is going to have a Colts first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. Throwing again is Fields.
He'll complete this to Ingram, his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Fields on first down.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
Oh, a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
To the air again, Fields. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. This pass into the hands of Bellinger.
Touchdown, Colts!
Daniel Bellinger.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Colts are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Oh, this is blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. But the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Jordan Phillips is the one on the stop. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
On 2nd down, it's Cook again. Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line.
Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Again, it's Cook. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Dalvin Cook, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Colts set to take over here offensively. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields.
And his throw here's incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Here's Fields.
And that's complete to Cooks. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Again, Fields.
This is caught. It's Woods. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
On 1st down, Fields.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Now Fields.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Touchdown! Cooper Kupp, 26 yards.
And the Colts' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Prater for the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays.
And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass.
And this is going to be recovered by the Jaguars. And that should just about do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
He'll find Hodgins there complete. And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That first down going to be enough to write a finish to this one.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football and be conservative.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Colts are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the fourth.
And in the old days, not too long gone either, throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no. But the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
A higher-scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League. But fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them.